Hello folks and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Nest. My name is Tyler Kopin alongside Nick Quinones, and we have an action-packed episode for you all as the regular season for fall sports comes to a close.
We do indeed, Tyler, and it is a pleasure to be hosting Inside the Nest for the first time with you.
Absolutely. Now we're going to kick things off with the 17th ranked men's soccer team as they finish the regular season with a 1-1 draw against Rutgers Camden after the Scarlet Raptors scored in the 88th minute on a penalty kick. The Red Hawks still clinched the number 1 seed in the NJAC tournament thanks to the Stockton vs. Kane match also ending in a 1-1 draw. Here's Luke Sirianni with more on the squad.
Montclair State men's soccer has had another memorable season with an entirely new look. For Coach Todd Tumulty and his squad, he was dealt with a new challenge this season, having success with a revamped roster. This brought out the best in the very few returning players. Despite all of these changes, the Redhawks have earned the ranking of 17th in the nation. But a tough 4-3 loss on the road to NJCU put them in an 0-1 hole to begin conference play. Following that result, they would go on to win 5 straight games with a 17 total goal tally during that run. The Redhawks' biggest struggle was losing their star goalkeeper Diesel Fiore to injury, which then called for freshman goalkeeper Pierre Soumeillon to come in and take over Annette, who has shined and fit into the team perfectly.
And the shot goes high and wide, out of play, but it'll still be a corner kick for the Scarlet Raiders.
2 stars have emerged for the Redhawks this season who weren't on the roster last year. Freshman star Tomas Monteiro, who leads all NJAC freshmen in goals scored with 9.
Still Virgil, he swings it in. Monteiro ties it up. The man is a hero again. Monteiro ties it up at MSU Soccer Park. 1-1.
And transfer from NJCU, Danny Tabone, who has 8 goals.
Goes down, ball's in the box. Tobon's on it, and that's a goal! Wind chuck the Tobon, and now the Redhawks lead 1-0 early on in this game.
Both of these players are among the top scoring duos in the NJAC Conference, as well as Eric Cortez and Ian Brown from Rutgers Newark, and Chris Metter and Matt Will from TCNJ. Their final 2 matches before the playoffs include Stockton, where they drew 0-0, and the Redhawks concluded their season versus Rutgers Camden, where they tied 1-1. The Redhawks conclude the regular season with a 12-1-5 record and a stellar 9-0-1 record at home. This team will be a force to reckon with as the NJAC playoffs are upon us.
The Red Hawks have locked down the first seed, meaning they obtain a bye in the first round and will host any game they play for the entire NJAC tournament. They will face off against the winner of the 4-seed TCNJ Lions and the 5-seed Rutgers Camden Scarlet Raptors. The Red Hawks beat the Lions earlier this year by a score of 2-1 and just tied the Scarlet Raptors on Wednesday. The semifinal match will take place on Wednesday, November 6th at MSU Soccer Park at 7 p.m. The first 50 Montclair State students are free. Students should secure their free ticket in advance using the passcode supplied by the Montclair State Athletic Department.
Sticking with soccer, the women's team concluded the regular season with a 2-0 win over Rutgers Camden. With the victory, the Red Hawks finished undefeated in the regular season for just the 3rd time in program history and won the NJAC regular season title for the first time since 2022. The Red Hawks' other undefeated regular seasons came in the spring of 2021 during the COVID-shortened season and in 2013 when that team won a perfect 17-0 during the regular season. In fact, that team lost their only game in the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament. So how'd they do it this year? Here's Phil Ellis with the story.
Highlighted by milestones and awards, the 2025 season has been a memorable one for the Montclair State women's soccer team. This year's group, led by key returners Kylie Prendergast, Shannon Mullins, Mackenzie Albert, and Solange Bell, did something done only once before in a full season for the Redhawks. With a record of 12-0-5, the Redhawks went unbeaten in the regular season for the first time since 2013.
I'm not going to lie, I just told these guys I didn't think we were a championship team in August. I didn't think, I just thought we lost too much. And this conference is too good. But I'm done doubting these guys. I'm done questioning these guys. They've proven me that they're champs. This group, it's just been like a little bit of a grind. Like, we've tied games. We've made mistakes. Like, it hasn't been easy. This one's like, there's been a couple times like, oh my God, we're undefeated.
For this unbeaten season, the team went an astonishing 8-0 on the road and 7-0-2 in conference play. With their 12-0-5 record, the Redhawks have captured their NJAC regular season crown and will have home field throughout the NJAC tournament for the first time since 2022, and the 5th time under Coach Naughter.
And I think it's one of those stupid stats. Like, we played really, really good teams at home. It helps. It helps. I like being here. I think we're comfortable at home. It's good. We get more fans, and our Red Hawk Sports Network's always around, so that's a good thing too.
On the road to this historic regular season, the Redhawks had many memorable moments, highlighted by head coach Pat Naughter reaching the 200-win mark in a 4-0 shutout at Moravian University. The Redhawks season also featured a high-flying offense and stingy defense, scoring 49 goals while only conceding 10 goals. The offense was led by senior Kylie Prendergast, who tallied 12 goals. With her 12 goals, she finished second in the NJAC in goal scoring and finished second in NJAC in points with 29 points. It is safe to say that Prendergast is in serious consideration to bring home the NJAC Offensive Player of the Year. Along with Prendergast, the Redhawks got great offensive contributions from Shannon Mullins, Isabel Cornell, Mackenzie Albert, and Samira Lukovic. The defensive backline was anchored by last year's NJAC Defensive Player of the Year, Solange Bell, who carried a 0.542 save percentage in the regular season to go along with 8 shutouts. Bell is certainly going to be in consideration for her second consecutive Defensive Player of the Year. Alongside Bell, defenders Aria Hicks and Kira Henderson both tallied over 1,200 minutes on the backline, helping to shut down opposing offenses. With playoffs right around the corner, the Redhawks will look to build off this regular season success, and it all starts Tuesday, November 4th, at MSU Soccer Park in the NJAC semifinal.
With the top seed secured, Montclair State will get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Rowan was first place all season until the final game of the regular season. That's why they play the games, Tyler. The Redhawks get a chance to be refreshed and recharged before taking on the winner of the 4-5 matchup between Rutgers Camden and NJCU. That game will take place at MSU Soccer Park on Tuesday at 7 p.m. The first 50 Montclair State students are free of charge. Students should secure their free ticket in advance using the passcode supplied by Montclair State Athletic Department. Best of luck to women's soccer the rest of the way.
Now we head across Red Hawk Deck inside the Panzer Athletic Center, where the women's volleyball team is staying hot, tallying their 22nd and 23rd wins and extending their win streak to 6 games last Saturday as they beat New Paltz 3-1 and Clark in straight sets. They aim to add to their historic season with 4 games left and improve their NJAC tournament seed as they currently sit in 3rd place. Here's Luke Sirianni again with more on the Red Hot Redhawks.
Following a doubleheader sweep over New Paltz and Clark, the Montclair State volleyball team has now won 6 straight matches to improve to 23-5 on the season. It's the 2nd straight season the team has won at least 20 matches. Their 23 victories are tied for the 2nd most in program history, matching the 2014 team and trailing only the 2016 squad, which finished with a program best 26 wins.
It's awesome to see where we are, especially because 2 of our assistant coaches were in that 2016 team. But I think having those girls that were a part of that season, they constantly share some stories from that year with this team about game situations, about opportunities that are presented in the season that, maybe we had a couple matches that didn't go our way, and they've gave some good feedback as to what happened that year when we had some matches and didn't go our way. How do we bounce back?
With 4 regular season games remaining, all at home plus the upcoming NJAC tournament, Montclair State has a real chance to set a new program record for total wins. They've also been unbeatable inside Panzer Gym, holding a perfect 13-0 record at home, which ties the program mark for most home victories in a season. One more win on their home court would make it the winningest home season in Red Hawks history.
Looking at the end goal here is we want to go to the tournament, we want to finish second in the NJAC, we want to win the conference. Seeing that is so close now, we're so close to the end, everybody is giving 110% all the time, all working towards the same goal.
To win NJACs and make it to the tournament has been the goal since first day of preseason, but at the end of the day you have to take it one day at a time. So I think just assessing your opponent that day is your objective for that day, but the second that game is done, win or lose, you come back into the gym and continue to work hard towards the next team you face.
As the Red Hawks head into the final week of the regular season, they're not just playing for wins, they're playing for history.
What a season for the women's volleyball team. Speaking of stellar seasons, the women's cross-country team isn't slowing down one bit. The Red Hawks competed in the Rowan Border Battle and had a great day at the event. 8 members of the cross-country team set new personal bests, and Montclair's average time of 24 minutes, 21 seconds was their best of the season. Leading the way for the Red Hawks was Abigail Churchill, who, heading into the meet, had previously set a new school record twice in what has been a historic season. Churchill made a trifecta, surpassing herself and breaking the school record for a 3rd time this season with a time of 22 minutes, 11 seconds. But with 3 meets left, there is still the possibility of her breaking her own record once again.
Absolutely amazing. The Montclair State football team got right back on track last Saturday with a win against Vermont State Castleton. The Red Hawks dominate on the ground, rushing for a total of 290 yards and 6 touchdowns. Let's roll through some highlights from last Saturday. Deontay Wilson would get the party started early, staying patient and cutting left into the end zone for a 4-yard score, giving the Red Hawks the early 7-0 advantage. Then, midway into the first quarter, the Red Hawks stay hot on offense as Luke Henrich fakes a handoff to Deontay Wilson, then throws it to TJ Kachala, who trots into the end zone, extending the lead to 14. Now 3 minutes into the second quarter, Roger Rubinetti sent a punt into the air, but it gets muffed by Steve Erasius of Vermont State Castleton, and it is recovered by Jameer Beal of Montclair State, setting up the Red Hawks at their very own 3-yard line. On the very next play, Deontay Wilson takes it in for his 2nd touchdown of the game, making the score 20-7 in favor of the Red Hawks. Montclair would get the ball back off a turnover, and 3 minutes later, get Christopher Arnold to join the party as he punches it in from a yard out to give the Red Hawks the 27-7 advantage. Now, with 43 seconds left in the half, Vermont State Castleton attempts the extra point to cut the lead down to 13, but it gets blocked on an effort from Roland Akingbasote and Ryan Vasaldi. Montclair would jump on it to keep their 14-point advantage. Then, Coach Palazzo takes one out of the Philly playbook, and Luke Henrich pushes into the end zone to extend the lead to 34-13. 5 minutes later, Arnold would then get his 2nd touchdown of the game as he takes it in from 12 yards out. The Red Hawks would go up by 28. Now on the defensive side, Isaiah Gurley would pick off Jai Vellin for his first career interception and the Red Hawks' first interception of the season. Montclair would turn that turnover into points as Deontay Wilson gets his hat trick, and he recorded also 116 rush yards on the ground, which is his most this season. This would conclude the scoring, and Montclair would take this game by a score of 48-20 to improve their record to 3-4. 3 games remain on the schedule for the Red Hawks. First up is number 14, Christopher Newport on November 1st. Then the Red Hawks host TCNJ on Senior Day the following Saturday before wrapping up the season with William Patterson on the road.
Great to see the Red Hawks get another win on the gridiron. As fall sports are winding down, winter sports are just about to get started. Men's basketball tips off November 8th against Dickinson College, and now is a good time to get familiar with the preseason rankings. After winning the NJAC last season, Montclair is ranked 23rd in the country in the D3Hoops.com Top 25 poll. The Red Hawks are just ahead of their NJAC rivals, TCNJ, whom they beat in the NJAC tournament last season. As the highest ranked team in the NJAC, the Red Hawks are looking to repeat their winning season from last year and win the conference once again. One more basketball note, Montclair State sophomore forward Alyssa Craigwell was named Preseason All-American by D3Hoops.com, coming off of her outstanding freshman year where she was a first-team All-NJAC and NJAC Rookie of the Year. Huge recognition for Alyssa. Finally, on this episode of Inside the Nest, the 13th annual Red Hawk Open took place earlier this year, where the community came together to celebrate Montclair athletics.
Our very own CJ Staniak was at the wonderful Upper Montclair Country Club for this amazing event. Now here he is with more on the glorious day.
I am at the glorious Upper Montclair Country Club, only about 10 minutes from the campus of Montclair State University for the 13th annual Red Hawk Open. And a great collaboration between athletics and the local community. Players have come out today to a terrific course on this September afternoon in support of the many athletic programs at Montclair State.
It is a day of unity for the Red Hawk Athletics Department as they feel the support of the local community while enjoying some golf in the meantime. Every year, coaches and staff group up to partake in this lovely event and to hit some fairways.
Yeah, well, the event is fun. I mean, I've played in this for maybe a decade now and have a great time. We got a great foursome. Coach Potts, Coach Rossi, men's basketball are carrying us a little bit. You hear that? Just hit the crap out of it.
Year 13 of the Red Hawk Open, now being held at the Upper Montclair Country Club, sees generous donors giving back to the school's athletic facilities, aiding over 500 student athletes in the process.
I think it's the greatest thing ever. I'm a big lacrosse guy, and when I heard Montclair Lacrosse was canceled last year, it kind of broke my heart. So anytime we can do an event like this to raise money for student athletes to play at the next level is I think, a fantastic thing to do.
Great day out here at Upper Montclair, supporting Montclair State University and the Red Hawks. I wish the golf we were playing was as good as the course is today, and we're certainly happy to support the university as well as the student athletes out here today. So, go Red Hawks!
The afternoon features a mix of competitions like the longest drive challenge, as well as Beat the Coaches with men's lacrosse coach Matt Posque. With a barbecue beforehand and a dinner reception scheduled for afterward, it's easy to get lost in the whirlwind. But for many on the staff, the love and appreciation go a long way.
Yeah, it means a great deal to us. I mean, we've always had a good feeling for athletics, and we're grateful for all the support that we get and all the people that come out and really care about Montclair State and the Red Hawks. And it's always nice to be reminded of how many people appreciate what we do.
Dinner is still to follow this. What a terrific day. Thanks so much for being with us on the Red Hawk Sports Network. I'm CJ Staniak, signing off.
Great work, CJ. It is great to see so many people come together to support Montclair athletics. It seemed like a beautiful day, too.
Absolutely. Nothing better than some sun and fun at the links. Well, that is going to do it for us here from this week's edition of Inside the Nest. From all of us here in the studio, my name is Tyler Kopin. He is Nick Quinones. Have a wonderful day, folks.